Well, welcome back. Hey, Priscilla, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Heather. How are you today?
I'm awesome. I'm ready to keep going with this curriculum.
Woo!
So we've talked about who we are, where we are. We've talked about like what is God calling us to do at this particular time and place. And so today's session is it's a little bit kind of in two parts. It's kind of growing as a ministry leader, but like growing personally, and then also I think going back to context, like what is your context going through, and if this is the place that you're going to be, how might God be calling the whole congregation or
Yeah.
ministry site, like what are they calling you to do as a group of people together?
Mhm.
So I think this session, as I look through it, I kind of get the sense that it's like, how do I grow, how does my church grow, or how does my ministry site grow? I
Yeah.
don't know.
I love that. I love that idea, right? Like that connecting ourselves to the place in which we are, right? Like the fact that we've thought about who we are, we thought about where we are, we thought about where God might be calling us personally, but like that communal aspect of things, right? And from that communal aspect, I think like it's so helpful, the tools that are available in this piece, and they're not like dictating, right? But they're
Right.
not necessarily prescriptive. They're more descriptive, right, of what a
Right.
ministry leader can be. The network has worked for years doing research and evaluation and figuring out sort of like what works and what's necessary and what are our guideposts, right? And setting some standards. And so I'm so appreciative of this section. It gets a little heady, I think,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Like it is, right? But at the same time though, if you lean into that communal piece, right? Like that way of I am who I am. God is calling me to be who I am in this particular place. And that means we are moving in this direction,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm a part of this, right?
Yeah.
This is a really great place to just sort of explore that
Mhm.
and think about that together.
Yeah. Like when I yeah, during this exploration, I kind of I feel partly like when I look at the curriculum as a whole, this is the section that for me as an individual, it's like the hardest work maybe in some ways, because it's requiring change, and it's requiring, I mean, like, to really intentionally like take it all together and then change yourself. Like what is it that I need to be able to lead people through this change, and then like what am I asking people to do? And sometimes right now in adaptive leadership, we don't really even know what we're asking people to do. We're asking people to trust us and follow us, and so how do we like grow in ourselves and our own leadership so that we can bring people along with that? And
Exactly.
then and just thinking about like our different contexts, what I would do in my little small rural Texan congregation is going to be really different from what you do and
Oh,
you're very
absolutely. In my urban setting in Seattle, of high tech mobility, and it's very, we're going to do different things,
right.
but I think they're grounded in very similar principles.
Right. And the questions that we talk about in this session, I think, really help us all get to that point, even though those points are really different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So this one is going to be some deep digging, some
Soul
really,
searching.
ooh, yes.
Yeah.
So take a deep breath, everybody.
Yeah. Dive in,
Good.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.